Jeremiah 9:5 says, "And they will deceive everyone his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies, and weary themselves to commit iniquity." Jeremiah the prophet describes the spirit that produced the book of Enoch. As we continue going chapter by chapter and exposing the lies in the book of Enoch, we come to chapter 10, where the well-known story of God speaking to Noah is discussed. You'd think they could get this right, but yet even here, the pseudo-Enoch author changes the story. It's not God who spoke to Noah, but a fake angel named Uriel, as we read in Enoch's pseudo-Enoch, chapter 10, verses 1 and 2, says, "Then said the Most High, the Holy and Great One spake, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, Go to Noah, and tell him in my name, hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come." End quote. That's not what happened. God didn't tell Noah to hide. And even if someone says that's referring to him getting on the ark, that didn't happen for more than a century. But Noah didn't hide in the ark, so it's just plain wrong. Genesis 6:11 through 14 tells us what actually happened. "The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood, rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch." And then God told Noah how to build the ark. There is no Uriel in the story. It's just a terrible corruption of the real story of Noah. Of course, most religions have taken the core story of Noah and the ark and the global flood and embellished it with fictional nonsense. But those mythological versions trace back to the real story found in Genesis, and the book of Enoch is just another paganized corruption of the story of Noah. In addition, there is this fictional passage in chapter 10 that ends by making up a false notion that man's sin that was taking place that God's going to destroy goes back to those things that Azazel taught men, which we showed in the previous segment were not sin, and they were not the reason God gave for destroying the earth. In the book of Enoch 10:7 through the first part of verse 9, God supposedly says to Uriel, quote, "And heal the earth which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin." End quote. That's just nonsense. Go back to the previous devotional to see that the things Azazel taught men were not sin, and they weren't the secret things. Even if he had done what it says, we must remember the whole thing here is fictional. As we read in Genesis 6:13, here's why God was destroying the earth. "And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth." The interbreeding that took place and produced the giants and all the violence in the earth, that's why God is destroying every living thing other than Noah and his family. It wasn't metallurgy or horticulture, which is what Azazel taught. It was violence, bloodshed, murder, rape, war. It was wickedness, not skills and knowledge that God is judging. And as I read the book of Enoch the first time originally, and now reading it for these segments, I almost get chills. Not at the idea that people would read this book, but at the judgment of God on the original author pretending to be Enoch, and at the deceived, wicked people pushing this thing off on people as though it is the Word of God. It is not. It's a book filled with lies by a fake Enoch.